Welcome to Prepare to Care, the AARP podcast that provides resources and tools to help support caregivers and their families. I am your host, Charlene Hunter James. If you're staying active during the pandemic, you're not only doing your body good, but you're doing your brain good too. Studies show that staying active helps reduce cognitive decline. Let's face it, exercising doesn't top most of our to-do list. Many of us have excuses, from being too tired to not having enough time to exercise. The activity could be anything from taking daily walks to yoga, dancing. The idea is to move your body. AARP has developed a set of series of virtual events to help keep you moving as we commemorate Hispanic Heritage Month. We'll talk about those events in a moment, but first let's welcome Dr. Alberto Almeida. He specializes in family and sports medicine in Brownsville. He joins us to talk about exercise and the effect it has on our body and mind. Dr. Almeida, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, Charlene.
Well, let's get started. Exercise has always been important to stay fit. But does it have more importance as we age? And if you are a family caregiver, what would you give them as advice?
Well, definitely exercise is very important at every age, but even more as we get older, because a lot of us will end up suffering from pain or injuries. Through movement and through improving the range of motion in any joint, we help to, as function improves, our pain goes away. So it is a way for anti-aging. So more than exercise, I think I would call it body movement. And so I think it's very important for us to enjoy and learn how our body moves and work with that. So it can be done at home. No one has to go to the gym. It can be walking. Obviously, for a family caregiver, it's very important to stay in your best shape so that you can assist your family member. But it's something for each one of us. It's a way of maintaining our body. I like to tell my patients that you're a Rolls Royce, you're a Bugatti. So you want to take the best care of your machine. You want to make sure the seats are well oiled and the tires are full, et cetera, et cetera. And we do that through our movement. And as we get older, our maximum attainable heart rate decreases, our aerobic capacity decreases, and we start feeling short of breath. These are things that we can avoid. I was once told by one of my great masters that we want to age slowly. We want to have a graceful decline. We don't want to just age quickly. So everything that we'll be talking today about will be based on these areas that we call blue zones that I have researched. And I'm going to be teaching you. These blue zones are areas where people live more than 100 years with great quality and joy in their life and movement. And I'm going to be teaching how to make blue zones around you. And one of the main ways is starting with this that we're talking about today, movement and exercise.
Well, I'm certainly in that 50 plus group. So tell us some more about the blue zone exercises.
Well, we know that it's really important that a lot of times we think about a person, and let's think about someone we'll think that every person has three parts, which is your body, your mind, and your spirit. Okay. And sometimes you'll have a person who's very, very strong, but they may not be that intelligent, or they may not have a good spirit. That's not a complete person. Sometimes you'll have a person who's very, very, very intelligent, but they happen to have problems with their body, or they're not very spiritual. That's not a complete person. Sometimes you have someone that's very spiritual, but they have no strength and they have, not a great mind. What do we want? We want to mix body, mind, and spirit. So part of that is doing it. And as you approach your exercise, you can approach everything with your body, your mind, and your spirit. And we'll be talking about how to do that.
Okay, interesting. So before we leave, is there one piece of advice you have for our audience regarding exercise for good health, mind, and body.
Definitely. We want to be doing a type of an exercise that will give us more endurance, such as walking or jogging or biking or rowing or whatever. We want to do an exercise that gives us flexibility. We want to do an exercise that gives us balance. Why? Because as we age, we want to prevent falls and we want to prevent injuries. We actually want to be able to get on the ground and get off the ground with ease. So my greatest piece of advice to you is that every morning, since we're already feeling like stretching in the morning, we wake up in the morning, and when we wake up in the morning, we stand, put a chair against the wall, maybe sit down in the chair, put your feet about shoulder width apart, stand up, and remember, we're doing body, mind, and spirit. So as we do this, just put your balance into your feet, feel the weight on your heels, then feel the weight on your toes, put a feeling of thankfulness into your heart, raise your hands up towards the sky, stretching up as tall as you can, and then act like if you're holding the ceiling and look up and push up against the ceiling. And you're doing this kind of like thanking God for the day and giving him thanks for it, and then slowly lean forward. And of course, you want to be cautious depending on your level. If you're not that strong yet, you can even do just sitting up and down from the chair. And you can sit into the chair and lean your hands forward to the floor, put your hands on the floor and touch the floor, and then sit back into the chair. If you're a little stronger, you can also just squat all the way down into the ground like we would do as if you were around a campfire. When you do that, you've bent your ankles, your knees, and your hips to their fullest flexion. You're stretching your lower back. You're adding circulation into all your pelvic organs. You're helping your gastrointestinal system to function better, and you're stretching all of these movements. This is very, very important. So the basic movements of stretching up and holding your hands over the ground, stretching down into the ground, and going down into a deep squat will improve everything. As we do that, we want to think that we're doing it with our breathing, because that's part of our mindfulness. So to practice breathing, you can lay down, put a little paper over your tummy, and when air comes in, the paper or the belly goes out, and as air comes out, the belly goes down. Don't worry, that's not what gave me a big belly, and I don't even have one anymore thanks to this. So as you're doing that breathing, you just do nice, deep breathing. When your body contracts, like when you go down into a squat or into your chair, you breathe out. When you stand up, you breathe in. So just gently doing these movements, realizing that you're standing on your 2 feet, being thankful for the day, early in the morning, stretching up to the sky, stretching down, practicing squatting, or if you're not as strong yet, every time you're going to go to sit in a chair, instead of just plopping into the chair, sit down slowly into the chair. And you can start with maybe 1 breath a day where as you're standing up, you let your breath out and you sit into the chair. And then as you stand back up, you breathe in.
Well,
and that every day you just add 1 more. Within a month, you're doing 20 to 30 squats, and you've stretched out in the morning with a feeling of thankfulness for the day, and your day begins wonderfully. I want you guys to remember that no one and no thing can make you happy. Happiness is a choice and an attitude on how we face life.
Well, Dr. Almeida, this is just great, very motivational, and we do appreciate your taking time with us to help us and get us energized.
Thank you. My honor. My honor.
Doing some exercise. Thank you for joining us today.
God bless.
Keep going, because it's all in one.
Since the pandemic began, AARP has been hard at work bringing you virtual events to get you moving. We have tailored some events to not only get you moving, but to also educate you during Hispanic Heritage Month. Here to tell us more about some of the events are Rosalinda Martinez and Zulema Solis. Both are Associate State Directors of Outreach and Advocacy with AARP Texas. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you for having us, Charlene.
Okay, so Zulema, let's start with you. What events have you organized for our viewers?
Well, first of all, thank you, Charlene, and I'm very happy to be part of this podcast. And to our viewers, as part of Hispanic Heritage Month, we have prepared so many educational, fun, and exciting events to recognize the rich culture of the community. And as part of that, we have prepared Cooler Tuesdays, which they're going to be featuring AARP Texas and Espanol. We have Folktale Wednesdays. We have crafts every single week, mini performances from different regions. And one of the things that we try to incorporate is not only one region, but different regions such as Mexico, Peru, El Salvador, Costa Rica, Puerto Rico, to have that richness of the Hispanic and Latino culture. Also, we have concerts such as the Mariachi Folklorico concert, which I will invite you to come and check it out. And not only that, we have Zumba classes, we have Folklorico for beginners, and so many more events that we have prepared for every single person that wants to be part of it.
Okay, so Zulema, sounds like a lot of exciting events. So if people want to access those, what do they need to do?
Definitely. First things first, connect with us. That's the main thing. Either through our AARP Texas Facebook page or through our AARP Texas en Español. So, and for those who may be looking for more information about the different Hispanic Heritage Month activities that we have planned just for you, you can actually go and check our website at www.aarp.org/DX and look for the article titled Celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month with AARP Texas. You will find all the different events we have prepared for you, and the different events are all over Texas.
So Rosalinda, tell us about virtual happenings that you have for us in the audience.
Yes, of course. Thank you, Charlene. Just like Zulema said, we have a lot of exciting activities happening across the state. And I think the wonderful thing about this virtual world is that you can enjoy them from Dallas, from Austin, from Houston. So just as Dr. Almeida was saying, we have activity to keep you moving and healthy. We have Miércoles de Movimiento, which kicks off next Wednesday for 4 weeks on the AARP Texas Spanish Facebook page. And that will be focusing on Tai Chi. Tai Chi, as you know, is great for cognitive health. It's great for arthritis. It's great for just mental well-being and relaxation. So we have that coming up in Spanish, and we have a series as well kicking off with the Institute of Hispanic Culture, which will focus on music, on food, on the traditions across the world. As Zulema mentioned, we have countries from across Latin America who are part of this celebration. So we will have conversations with consul generals, performances from dancers, a lot of great activity. Even you can dance from home and enjoy it again from the comfort of your own home while enjoying these on the Texas Facebook page and the AARP Texas en Español Facebook page as well.
Tell us, why is it important to commemorate Hispanic Heritage Month?
Well, as you know, Texas is growing more and more as far as Hispanics across the state, and we want to make sure and commemorate all the contributions that our culture brings. And through these events, we're able to do that, to bring awareness to others and really just showcase what a fun culture we are, how much we contribute to this country.
So earlier we heard Dr. Almeida tell us why it is important to keep moving and to exercise. Is that one thing you consider when organizing your virtual events?
Yes, most definitely. We consider this when planning any activity. We want to make sure that we take all of these factors into consideration. You know, to keep a healthy mind, you have to keep a body moving. So as he mentioned, these activities that he said to do at home, we take all of this into account. We also take into account that a lot of people are dealing with isolation at home. And in order for them to be engaged, we want to get them cooking at home, dancing at home, singing, and just really enjoying all of this programming from the comfort of their living room.
Zulema, do you have anything to add to that as far as your planning of events to keep people moving?
Definitely one of the things that I would like to say, check us out. Come and follow us. Come and check like that. Come and get that richness of the culture, of the Hispanic culture. I think at this point we have a whole month worth of events that you can enjoy. And it's not only just for you, but your entire family. I think it would be a great time to kind of get your mind out and also get some movement and get that excitement about being at home. Yeah, you can be at home, but at the same time, you can have a fun time. You can have that movement. You can have that, listen to the wonderful music, different concerts that we have prepared for each one of you.
So for both of you ladies, is there one piece of advice you'd like to leave with our audience?
Just keep moving, keep active, take advantage, visit our website, share with your friends, and have your family participate. As Zulema said, you can all join in this fun together.
And have fun.
Well, thank you, Rosalinda and Zulema, for joining us and providing such valuable information. And I know our listening audience will take advantage of it. We encourage you to follow Prepare to Care podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, or www.aarp.org/HoustonPTC. Thanks for listening, and as always, thanks for caring.